To Remembering Our Spirits, June 20th, 2023, from the book Around the Year with Emmett Fox. Through Death to Life. Into the hand that made the rose, shall I with trembling fall? George Meredith. There's absolutely no reason to fear death. The same God is on the other side of the grave as on this side. However, most people do fear death, partly as fear of the unknown and partly as the result of false teaching. Actually, there is no death in the sense of extinction. To understand death, you have to realize that you really possess not one body, but two. You have not only the physical body, but also a second body made of a form of energy too fine to be seen. This etheric body interpenetrates the physical body as air fills a sponge. There are people who can see the etheric body because they have the power of contacting much finer vibrations than can be perceived by the ordinary physical senses. It is this etheric body that is the repository of all your thoughts and feelings. It is the psyche of the psychologist. That is why personality survives death, because it resides in the etheric that passes over intact, and not in the physical that breaks up into decomposition. During sleep, trance, and under anesthesia, when the etheric may leave the physical body, it remains attached by an etheric ligament called in the Bible the silver cord. The cord is so elastic that the etheric body can go very long distances and still remain attached to the physical corpus. Death is the severing. Death is the severing of the silver cord. When the silver cord is severed, an individual falls into a state of unconsciousness that may last for minutes, days, or even weeks. Then he awakens as from sleep, and his new life has begun. The next world is actually all around us here. The so-called dead are carrying on their lives here where we are now, but in their own world and in their own ways. The reason we do not see them around us or collide with them is the same reason that radio programs do not interfere with one another. They are on different wavelengths. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Psalms 23. I really like, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. There are times when I have fear-based parts of myself that feel like they're walking through the valley of the shadow of death. Because the truth is, the fear no longer serves me. And it's time for it to relinquish itself to the light. And I literally can feel like I'm going to die. I know I'm not the only person that has experienced this on their spiritual path, and I am willing to experience this as many times as I need to in order, that's my cat, in order to move into 100% conscious contact with the love that we all are. When I had my near-death experience, what I experienced was a white light that took on the form of Mary because I was raised Catholic, so that was my level of awareness, can take on any form, an infinite number of forms, to meet you at your level of understanding. And all this light was love. Capital L, love. It had no beginning and it had no end. It simply is love. It's really human and normal to have attachments to people's physical forms, especially people that we cherish in their physical forms. When my father passed away on June 3rd, 2020, the acute grief that I experienced was nothing I had ever known. My father was my person. There are times when I miss his physical form a lot. However, I am also at peace. After months of going through deep, deep grief and seeking external support from a grief counselor, I'm now at peace with no longer having my father's presence on this planet. His spirit is with us. I truly, truly believe that. And I'm grateful. As always, take the best for you and leave the rest. Have a blessed day.